Using the master stream on a big fire is a great way to get it under control quickly. However, it's not always the right tool for every job. This video comes from the Beaver Dam Fire Department. And as always, I will put a link to the original video in the description below. But even though this video is a little bit older, I really wanted to use it because I think it's a great example of using a master stream strategically. So when they first show up, what do you see here? Well, most obvious, the entire first floor looks like it is fully involved. And even though that's the case from where we're standing, at least this point of view, you can't really see that there's any real exposures that are in danger. It looks like the house behind this one is fairly far away, but it doesn't look like there's a lot of flames coming out of the back. We can't really see on that D side, the far side from where they are. Maybe there's something close, but that's always something you want to be aware of. Also, if you're going to be using a master stream on a residential fire like this, I don't really see anything that's in the way. You see those trees out front. That really shouldn't make that much of a difference. They're not that big and they're not really blocking a lot of the fire. They should be good either way. The other thing you want to notice is that there is a hydrant right there on the corner. That's important. We'll talk about that here in a little bit, but getting a large water supply or being able to secure one quickly is very important when you're going to be using a master stream.
Individuals that are inside the home at this time. What we can tell you is that crews are just now getting water turned onto the blaze. And we will have more information for you as it becomes available here on WXRO later in the afternoon. Thanks. Hey, can you get me on BEB now?
So if you're new to firefighting or you've never had the opportunity to use a master stream or a deck gun as it's commonly called, you can see what a powerful tool it is. However, like I said at the beginning, it's not always the right tool for every job, and there's some things you're going to want to keep in mind before you open up that deck gun. The first and most important thing you're going to want to keep in mind is, are you going to be able to secure a water source? If you didn't know, the average master stream can put out anywhere from 500 to about 1,200 gallons per minute, and the average fire engine carries anywhere from 500 to, at the high end, maybe 1,000 gallons on board. That means if you have that master stream or that deck gun opened up, you're going to run out of water very quickly. You have a very short amount of time unless you're able to secure a water source. And the last thing you want to do is run out of water on a fire scene.
Where's the water?
And to that point, make sure you are familiar with how to get the deck gun in quickly. It's not a tool that gets used all that often, so it's very easy to become rusty. We all make mistakes, but just make sure you go over it every once in a while so that you stay sharp. Next, make sure you are using your deck gun in sync with the person that is securing your water source. You see here, this guy has already pulled the supply line and hooked to this hydrant, but what you don't want to do is dump an entire tank's worth of water only to find out that that hydrant is broken, or maybe you can't get enough pressure out of it. Because then you are going to be stuck waiting until you can get more water to continue your attack. Finally, it's a good idea to make sure you either have multiple lines pulled already or people are getting lines in place so that once you are done using the deck gun, you have crews ready to go with attack lines to continue putting out the fire from the inside. It seems fairly obvious, but you don't want to find yourself in a situation where you dump an entire tank of water and then you have to wait several more minutes while more lines get pulled and charged. But I think these guys did an awesome job. As soon as they got there, everyone was hustling. They got their attack lines pulled quickly. They hooked to the hydrant. They used the deck gun, darkened it down, and then continued their fire attack. This is a textbook example of how to use a deck gun properly. Speaking of textbooks, I wanted to tell you about Life Pace Learning. It's Columbia Southern's newest enrollment option that allows you to earn your degree anytime, anywhere. Think of it like education on demand. And if you're like me, you are busy. You have things going on with family, work, school, and other obligations, and you need a partner in your education who will be willing to be flexible with you, allow you to earn your degree on your time, on your terms. Their enrollment is open 365 days a year, so get started when you're ready. I will put the link in the description below. Visit columbiasouthern.edu/FFN.